Good night, my people. I was missing you guys so much. I've been working, but missing you. I was desperate to come and talk to you guys. And tonight, I hope you're doing all well and you're enjoying your vacations for those of you that are taking vacations right now. I'm not. I'm not. But tonight, I want to address a question that I received and that I answered, and that it is a very common question that we all have. Okay, we at some point in our lives we have this confusion. It is a very common one, and it is all about what is the difference between spirit and soul. While many people say and think that it is the same thing, there is a yes in that and there is a no, okay? There is some difference in it, and it is important for us to understand it because this question poses a challenge for us, right? Because how can we explain two aspects that pertain to a non-physical state with our physical words, right, and language? How do we separate, because man is always trying to separate things or divide something that is indivisible but that needs to be comprehended by the human physical mind in order to know who does what and to understand the whole as an integrated full system, okay? So I always say that it is here that the human dilemma of duality lies. We always want to separate, right? What is not separable. We have not understood that we are a complex system that works within an indivisible multi-level module, that we are one and that we are divine. That's why it is called universe, one verse, okay? So here it is how I've come to make peace with this trilemma from both the spiritual and the scientific perspective. And I say trilemma, although it is a dilemma, because it is the soul, it is the soul, it is the spirit, right? But then we have the body also. So when we're talking about those three, it is a trilemma. Tonight we're going to be explaining specifically the dilemma. So as I always say, everything in the universe is energy. And science, it is not me that says it, right? Science has long time back proven this, right? Therefore, everything we have to understand, since everything is energy in the universe, everything will always happen first at an energetic level or at spirit level. Ding ding. I've said it before. They are exactly the same thing. We're talking about the same thing. We can substitute wherever we see the word spirit, we can substitute it with the word energy. And we're talking about the same thing. Okay, so that's your first explanation of what spirit is. In other words, spirit is the sum of everything that exists, of all existing energy, or the same as the universal energetic field, source energy, or God, that which we have called God energy, okay? It is the all-encompassing divine material of the universe, which we are 24/7 connected to by way of our individual souls. Here I go. Here I'm making the distinction, okay? So we are connected to spirit by our individual souls. Spirit or source energy is the breath of life, life bearer, okay? So let me explain how this, or let me go over how this is explained from a spiritual point of view or a biblical point of view, okay? In Genesis 2, chapter 2, it says, into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became, and God formed man from dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living creature. So here in Genesis, we can see this association between the likeness of the spark of energy, the spark of life, and the breath of God. So the Spirit breathed, or God breathed, or made that man come into life. Energy does the magic for man, right? So, also in Jeremiah 23, chapter 23, verses 23 to 24, I am God who is everywhere and not in one place only. Then verse 24 says, no one can hide where I cannot see them. Do you not know that I am everywhere in heaven and on earth? Again, energy is the material that the universe is all. Everything in the universe is made out of. So, spirit, God, energy are the same thing. This is the true nature of what God is. God, spirit, energy is everything and everywhere. So summarizing, right? From a spiritual point of view, we can say, and I will say, you are a spirit who has a soul that lives in a physical body. Did you follow that? Jot it down. You are a spirit who has a soul that lives in a physical body. Now, how would this read if we read it from the scientific point of view? This same thing, saying the same exact thing, but in scientific words, or more grounded words, I would say. You are source energy who has an individual blueprint of emotional vibrational frequency that lives in a physical body. Got that? Let's say it again. You are source energy who has an individual blueprint of emotional vibrational frequency that lives in a physical body. And what do I mean by your soul having an individual blueprint, right, of emotional vibrational frequency? Well, simple. That we experience or feel, each individual, right, in a different way. That you have a unique set of emotional attachments. And this is key to understand. Because although our experiences may be the same or very similar, like when we are parents, I'm talking always like we are parents, we do not experience parenting in the same way. We don't feel it in the same way. It is very different, although the experience is the same. They are felt differently and to a different level of intensity for each one of us. These emotional attachments that we carry make our souls and us unique. Unique. That's your uniqueness. As you know, and I've said it here before, emotions or energy in motion are directly associated to water. To water. Because when we are emotional, we get emotional, we shed tears of happiness and of sadness, both. So our emotions are directly associated with water. So spirit, we can say, spirit is source, light energy, and soul is water, and emotions are unique emotional blueprint. Got it? Spirit is source, light energy, and soul is water, and our unique set of emotional blueprint. Okay? So, in the biblical creation and the first verses of the Bible, this is confirmed because it reads in the third verse, I believe it says, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. So we would say this same thing in any scientific words. And the energy of God was hovering over the emotions or vibrational frequency. That's how we can read it if we're going to read it in a scientific manner. Because you know, energy is fluid. It's fluid. It behaves in waves like water. It is not linear. Okay? So, in the electromagnetic nature of the universe, spirit is the electro and soul is the magnetic, that needs a medium to magnetize, attract, and conduct the the energy. So spirit is the electro and soul is the magnetic. In the case of our Mother Earth, water is the conduit by which spirit energy ignites life, because as you know, nature needs solar energy and water to live and grow, and you do too. You do too. For us humans, aside from our bodies being 70% water, so that the spark of life can occur, can happen, we also experience and feel through our soul, our emotions, by way of our unique blueprint of emotional vibration. This is why the human body is mostly water. It needs it to be electrified or energized, ignited with life, in order for it to be able to feel and to move. We also know that without water, there can't be life. We've known this. We can't experience or feel or move if it not were for water, okay? And energy. If the atoms didn't exist, we wouldn't be here. And also, if water didn't exist, we wouldn't be here. Nothing would. No living thing would. Okay? So, It also is why we are all born out of water. The spark of life is ignited literally. And this is something that you can look, for those that don't believe me, you can Google it out. Because when the ovum is fertilized, at that precise split moment by the sperm, the ovum ignites, sparks, lights, lights up. And you have videos showing this. This is scientifically proven. And we also know that sperms are swimming in fluid. So, in order for life to occur, there has to be an electron and there has to be a magnetic. Water has to be there, and electro or energy has to be there. And soul is our magnetic, and spirit is our energy. So, our soul or emotions are, as I've always said here, the common grounds between the body, the physical body, and the spiritual body, the non-physical. Because emotions are the only ones that are experienced on both sides. Okay? It is the place where free will is exercised, the soul, because it is with our emotions that we conduct, attract, pull in, choose, attach to what we create in our lives every single day. While many attribute the brain with this, it is the soul that carries consciousness and awareness so that we can feel and experience in life. It is with our emotional frequency that we create in our lives, and not with thoughts. Our thoughts do also contribute to our living situations, our experiences, okay? But they are always a result of those emotions that we carry stored inside our soul, and have not faced and cleansed and purged, okay? Always. So if we don't have good emotions stored inside of our soul, that frequency will affect the quality of our thoughts and the quality of our lives also, okay? Because those waves keep impacting like in domino effect. If our emotions inside are not well, our thoughts are not going to be well, and our life is not going to be well, and everything, health and everything, okay? That's how the body functions. The soul carries attachments because of its magnetic nature, entanglement in quantum physics. This is why we as humans create emotional attachments to people, behaviors, material stuff, right? If we observe in detail our building block, the atom, we'll see that the soul carries a direct relationship with the electrons and their negative charge and the magnetic force in them. They are the ones that search for bonding, attachment. They magnetize, they attract or attach to in order to complete the outer shells of the atom. This job is the electron, that ones that does it, okay? The soul is eternal because of its energetic state of existence. Aside that, it is energy, right? Energetic state of existence. And energy cannot be destroyed. And for human, the soul carries attachments of an emotional memory type. So it is the soul that magnetizes, that creates those emotional attachments. They can also, by free will, souls can also, by free will and choice, attach to pull in or magnetize incarnation many times, because our soul is closest to spirit and in the same state as source energy or spirit. This is why it is so important for us to primarily attend and heal our emotions in any situation or circumstance in life. Being spirit, the light energy source itself, it is free from attachments. It is, and look at these words that I'm going to use to see if they sound familiar, okay? It is impartial. Spirit is impartial, still, and totally objective and non-judgmental. Total acceptance. So spirit is what many of us call God. Doesn't have needs. God doesn't need anything, nor wants. Therefore, doesn't need to incarnate. It simply is. I am. When observing the construction of our building block, the atom, the nature of spirit is directly related to the nucleus of the atom that has protons with positive charge or source pure energy and neutrons, the neutral charge or impartial, still, objective charge, non-judgmental, right? Tightly packed together. Because we know the nucleus of an atom has the protons and the neutrons packed together. So spirit, God, is, or energy, is the protons and neutrons, the effector or provider of energy, the father, masculine energy, provider, father, masculine energy, while soul, electrons are electrons, the receptor and the feminine energy, the one that receives, is the mother, right? The male gives, the female receives. Well, receptor, feminine energy, the mother. Soul is electron, mother, feminine energy, and spirit, protons and neutrons, and the father, a provider of energy. We also can explain all this. And for those of you that have not seen my previous videos about the chakra system, our true anatomy, we can also explain it from that point of view. Because, as I've said before, same as your physical body, you have an energetic or spirit body. And this spirit body, just like your physical body, has organs called the chakras. And for me, the heart chakra is the soul. It's the soul because it is the common grounds where all the energies from the three superior chakras, crown chakra, the third eye chakra, and the throat chakra, converge with the inferior ones, the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and the solar plexus chakra. Okay, so it's like a melting pot where all the energy from your spirit converge together like a filter. And this for me is the soul, the heart chakra. Okay? And because this heart chakra is the center of emotions, of compassion, unconditional love, happiness, and joy. So in conclusion, it doesn't matter which perspective you choose to analyze spirit or soul, from which one you decide, either the spiritual one or the scientific one. Okay? It is all the same because we are one. It doesn't matter. All this time we've been talking about this exact same thing with a different language. We refuse to see that we are one. Okay? Because our building block, the atom, is multidimensional. We also are. We are. We must learn to understand that our bodies, spirit, and souls are at all times connected to source energy, because the spirit is source energy. So we are source energy. God is within us, not outside of us. And like onions or atoms, we have layers, levels of shells, like the atom and the onion, that work fully integrated in collaboration with one another for the benefit of the whole system, making us unique and divine. So never ever doubt it, my dears. You are divine. You are a divine being with a spirit that has God in it, with a soul that has your imprint, emotional imprint in it, and with what you create in life, you co-create in life, and your body. Okay? So hope this helps you understand the difference between the spirit that provides energy and the soul, our emotion that attract, like magnetize, right? And that it helps you wake up above all to the divinity within you, within yourself. Okay? So as always, sending you love and light, hoping this information has been of a lot of benefit for you. If you have any questions, please write to me. Write to me to evolife360@gmail.com or through Messenger if you prefer that, okay? Asking you to give it a like, to share this information so that many others can benefit from it. Asking you also to go to our YouTube channel and subscribe, right? And follow us over there so that we can build this community and make it stronger and bigger, okay? So thanking you for being here, for lending me your ears. Hope to be next week here again, okay? So I'll let you know, and sending you love and light and many kisses, okay? Love you. Bye-bye. Thank you.